I can tell you're, wrestling or fending off the criticism of crowd work comic or real comic, right? Yeah. It's all the same shit. But I watched your Comedy Works hour.
Oh, thank you.
And I didn't say if I liked it.
Even if you watched it, that's enough. A view is a view in the algorithm.
It was really good. It's really good. And that's the thing. It's like you are a really good joke writer and you're really good at crowd work. And it's like you should use every weapon that you have. It's breaking bread. Thanks for being here.
Honored to be here.
You almost didn't make it.
I know. Well, thank God.
Thank God.
In LA, you fuck up in LA. It's a disaster.
Yeah, because you're in another state.
Yeah, New York, you could you run. I'll run.
Yeah.
Hold for 5.
I'll get there.
LA, you look at the map, you go, it's over.
Yeah.
I'll never. I've burnt that bridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend $75 on an Uber.
Yeah,
and slide over. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, we've never hung out before.
No, we did. We did your Sirius XM show.
Yeah.
We've seen each other at the Cellar once or twice. But,
yeah,
but
But yeah, you're very funny, and thank you for being here.
I'm honored.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Where do you live in New York?
I live in Dumbo.
You do?
And I've been in New York like 12 years.
And I'm going to ask you to repeat this because I just asked you.
That's
but
fine.
when did you start stand-up?
I started as an actor, so I can do it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking. I did take one class at Caroline's Comedy Club with Linda Smith.
All right.
Like in college. So like I did that, 2011, and then nothing.
Right.
And then it's 2016, 16, 17 is when I really started.
Right.
I wrote a play.
That's so fast. You've had a lot of success in 10 years.
I worked.
Yeah.
Because I was desperate because I was an actor. I went to college for musical theater, and I wrote this play for the New York Fringe Festival because no one was casting me.
Right.
And between every scene, I would talk to the audience, and all the positive feedback was for that part.
Right.
And I'd say, what about the scene? And they'd go, the part where you talked to us was so great. and so I just I got into a really shitty comedy club, LOL, in Times Square, which no longer exists. Thank
Right.
God. But I got that rare, I became the check spot guy.
Uh-huh.
And I was doing 4 shows a night. I was single, so I was pretty much there. 4 shows, Saturday 6 shows,
Nice.
holidays 8 shows.
Great.
Which you can't do in New York.
Yeah.
Ever anymore.
In one place. God.
I couldn't do it, now.
Yeah.
So, and they had 3 spaces, and I dove in really hard.
Right. And did you have in your mind that you wanted to do comedy before you started acting in school and stuff? Like, was it a thing in your head?
I think I liked it, but I didn't really. My mom introduced me to George Carlin when I was young, and I was a big Seinfeld watcher with my dad.
Yeah.
So I loved comedy, but I was so much I'm going to be a great musical theater performer. And then when I couldn't sing, I was like, I'm going to be such a great actor.
Right.
And then I said, okay, something without talent.
Did you ever audition for a musical that you shouldn't have?
I just had a couple by the time I got to the end of college, I was like, my singing has not improved.
Right.
And I practiced every day. So it was a brutal awakening. Yeah. And then, you audition once or twice, you crack in the room.
Yeah.
And they're like, get out of here.
Were you in musicals in school?
I was in all the musicals. You
could slide into those.
Yeah, because I was in a conservatory, so it's you were going to do it. But
right.
when you're a senior and your part in Rent is Maureen's dad,
yeah,
and your song is a duo, it's called Voicemail Number 4, you're like, okay, this is bad. This is bad.
I auditioned once in college for Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh my God.
And
who did you audition for? The Dentist or Seymour?
For Seymour.
For Seymour.
Yeah, my girlfriend was the lead. Audrey.
Wow.
She had a really good voice, and I was like, well, I don't really, sing, but I was acting in school, so I was like, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And I went through and I did the audition, and brutal, and they made me the plant. And I was
still a great role.
It wasn't the voice of the plant. It was the puppeteer.
Oh my God.
So I had to get inside the thing, and I would just sweat my ass off and move the thing around as some other man with a great
That's
voice.
romantic. You got to eat
sang,
your girlfriend
and
at the end.
Yeah,
That's
and she
beautiful.
climbed in. Yeah.
We did when we did it. We did it at my high school, and there's the part where he feeds the dentist body parts to the
Yeah.
plant, and as the closing night prank, the bucket of body parts, it was all dildos. So I fed 6 dentist dicks to the plant. It was amazing.
In high school.
It was amazing. What acting?
It's funny.
How deep were you? Did you start as an actor?
First of all, let me just note how much you lit up as soon as we started talking about musical theater.
It's still a love. It's still a love.
It's great. There's nothing better than theater. It's the best.
Yeah.
I went to Rider
Okay.
by Princeton. It was like a small school. And I went there because they didn't have football. Because I was an athlete my whole life. And I was done. I didn't want to do it. And my father was like, you should, play Division III and keep going. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be a comic and an actor. So I went to Rider because
Why would you do Division III football? You get the CTE without the money to cover it.
Right, exactly. I was so done. And I went to a Rider because they got kicked out of the league for doing something shady. And there was no football. And I went there and just went into the theater.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and that's where I just spent my life. And then, all the rest
And
of
you're
it.
doing like intense acting classes like Stanislavski?
It was a pretty good program.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was communications, but I just lived in the theater, and I was just like, oh, this is
Any good
is gonna
plays?
be it. I did Dracula. I got to be Dracula.
Amazing.
That was cool. All My Sons.
Wow.
House of Blue Leaves.
Amazing.
Yeah, Equus.
Equus, were
Yeah.
you the guy?
I was
Or the therapist?
I was the therapist.
Okay.
That one was rough because I actually did that after I graduated. They asked me to come back and play it, and
Incredible.
and he smoked a lot,
Yeah.
and I'd never smoked, so it was just 21-year-old Tommy who's not inhaling, trying to be this Richard Burton. It was. I don't know if there's any tape on it, but it would have been rough.
Did they do the nudes? Did he get naked for that one part?
Yeah, I think like bodysuit naked.
Bodysuit naked.
Yeah, I think like flesh toned. He wasn't naked.
Because I saw Daniel Radcliffe in London. I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
And no bodysuit. That was cock out.
Cock out.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't. If it was crazy, it would have ruined the show. If you're like, it's bigger than the horses. That would really you fuck it up.
Yeah. So I love that. I did stand up once, and when I had a security job, and I would sit in my car and watch a housing development at night. There was nothing happening, and it was in the winter, and I would just run like a cable into my little TV or my little boom box, and I started doing stand up into that in the dark and alone.
Alone.
I would just do bits, and then I would come back and play for my roommates, and they mocked me.
Do you feel like the acting, like I write out, I'm a big writer of all my stand-up, and it has a lot of background in like, I think it's informed by the fact that I was reading scripts and I did lines, and
Yeah.
and I still, I don't view it like I would if I was studying for a play, but I think a lot of me writing it out is because I like to see it in front of me,
Yeah.
like a play.
Yeah, I never thought of it. I think you're probably right. You see the beats, you've studied it and do all of that. But you've had so much success not just doing crowd work, doing stuff that's...
Yeah, I think sometimes I worry. People who know my work like intimately know that like I always worry, especially with comics of that are older than me, or that because of what goes viral on social media, they think of me as
that's
like
just a crowd work guy.
person. And
He's
it's
only
so,
popular because he does crowd work.
Yeah, and I got my transcription app, and I'm working so hard in the other way. It's not that I'm necessarily embarrassed of crowd work. It's like I just want comics that I respect to know I'm on their level.
Well,
of thinking that way about jokes.
I'll be open with you. We were talking behind your back before you got here.
Yeah.
And we said that your act is better than your crowd work.
Oh,
Your crowd work's great.
That's very kind.
It's a very high level.
Yeah.
But your material's fantastic.
Yeah,
like
I
you're really
appreciate it.
good.
Thank you.
So that we view you that way anyway.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's always with it's all social media where it's just like the things people get they get a specific thing.
Yeah.
And they don't always know your full.
Well, how quick did it pop off? Because you have a ton of followers on social media. And
Well, it's interesting because it was during COVID. I got on TikTok, not right away. But there were some comedians that were doing front facing and telling a joke.
Right.
And I had written so many jokes, working these check spots I had them in Word documents. And I think because I was an actor, I'm fine just performing it. I don't, it's great to have the laughter, but I think some comedians are like, I'm not going to just say a joke to the camera. But I was like, fuck, what else am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I was just one joke a day on TikTok.
Wow.
And then I was just in tune enough that the second Facebook Reel started and YouTube Shorts started and built like just a social media output. And then it got to the point where it was big enough I'd go to a show and I could see an audience member whisper a punchline to someone before I said it. And I go, okay, I have to start releasing less of my material. And that's when the crowd work kind of emerged. And
that is that short telling of how you went about it has been the one of the most revealing things of this podcast for your generation of comics, because I know what you're saying. Like the people that didn't come up with it, they kind of look at it like, why is that guy selling out? Why is he so popular? Oh, it's just social media. The amount of work that the successful people have put in to be successful as a comic on social media is astounding. You have to do it doesn't just happen
like captioning long jokes on TikTok on my phone, timing it so that they change.
Yeah,
and then eventually now I have like a team, but I'm still very much involved.
Yeah,
I see a lot of like kind of older comics coming around to social media, and some of them I'm like, you're getting bamboozled by your team. You're putting up some hot garbage.
Right.
There's one comic, he older guy, he posted his meme, like, they're trying to just do content. And it was around Thanksgiving, and it was like, pumpkin pie or pecan pie? Sound off in the comments. And I'm like, we're at bottom of the barrel here.
Oh no. It's so bad.
Yeah.
That's where the advantage of having my daughters in the house, like they would just let you know, like, don't.
Do you feel like comedians with kids, does it like ground them or keep them up to date in a way where comedians who don't have any kids, like they get lost?
Nah, I think it might be the opposite, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because once you have a family, you detach from the world in a way. You're a little off in your own little tribe.
Yeah.
And you kind of, music isn't just coming to you anymore. You have to research, what's everyone listening to now? Because you're out of that orbit now, And then when they get older, then they're saying that you're out of it, and you're like, but you were the cause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, I'm 37, and like, I'm going like, oh, would I have a kid? And
are you in a relationship?
Long relationship. My girlfriend, she's my manager too.
Oh wow.
We were together for a long time before that.
Oh, you told
she's
me
at
that.
Mosaic, Tova Silberman.
Right.
And just thinking about what is this life with kids. And I wrote Jim Gaffigan, who I'd met a couple times, but I was like, I almost was like I thought maybe we'd have like a sit down and he'd talk to me about like, having a kid, and he was just like, yeah, go for it, it's great. And I was like, yeah, he doesn't have time for me. He's got 6,000 fucking kids, and I want another like. But
that's what I want to do, is talk about kids when I'm not with my kids.
You do the joke about do you miss your family when you're going? No, what's hard is not whistling while I pack.
Right.
That's I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
I think about that joke a lot, even without the kids.
It's we weren't sure if we were going to do it at 37. I guess we were a little younger, and probably like early 30s. And my wife was a comic too. And,
oh my God.
Yeah, Cynthia Corey, and we were like, nah, I don't know if we're going to do it. But then artistically, we were like, that's the way we viewed the world. And we really came to the conclusion, why would we pass on the biggest experience you could have?
That's how my girlfriend
and we were in love. That was kind of intellectualizing why we were in love, and like, let's make more of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're great. Let's make another one. And So it was that. It was like, why pass on the biggest? We're just going to go through life and not know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
You know,
Unfortunately, my mom, whenever she sees a comic who talks about their kids, she always goes, "Ugh, I hate when comedians talk about their kids." She also says, "I don't know if I should have become a mom." Like that's who she is.
yeah.
But when comedians talk about kids, there's a lot of hacky versions of that. There's a lot of my kids said,
Yeah.
a bitch,
Yeah.
and they're two,
Right. Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, we've heard this.
Yeah. No, it's how can you talk about your family with new thoughts? That's the thing.
Did you have any boundaries of like what? I saw Laurie Kilmartin with her son recently, and
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, is there anything you're like you don't want your mom to talk about? And he was like, no.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing. I talk about my family a lot. Partially they don't pay attention.
Yeah.
And it gives me a freedom. It gives me a freedom to talk about. It's I consider it my special sauce. Is like I'm willing to say crazy things about my family.
Right.
Crazy things.
Yeah.
But I know people where they're like, yeah, my sister said, please don't tell a joke about me. Or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
And especially with a kid, I feel like there'd be so many potentially humiliating experiences they might have that they're like, I don't want you to talk about.
Yeah.
And you're like, but it was so funny.
Yeah. No, my kids have never really said. My one did. I did a joke in one of my specials about how I had to stop smoking weed because my daughters were in the house, and then I found out when she came back from college, she had been smoking all through high school, and I just didn't know about it. And I'm like, I stopped for you, and you were doing it down the hall.
Yeah.
And it really like a 4-year hiatus, and I was like, son of a bitch. And I told that, and she was like, at the taping, she was like, oh, I didn't know you were talking about that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but she didn't cross it off. But that was like the first one where I saw that she registered it, you know. But no, I'm not too interested in being too revealing about them, you know. The only the censoring thing that I had was talking about drugs and stuff when they were little. I didn't want to I wasn't really that, I did a lot of stuff, but it wasn't present in my mind, but I didn't want to glorify that part of life while they're like figuring out where to go in the world.
I get that.
That was my only censoring, and shit, my wife would just be like, no.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's part of the reason we're together, but she's very open about so many things. I think everyone's line is always surprising, or you wouldn't necessarily expect it. You'd be like, some people be like, oh, it's probably sex. And it's like, no, it's not sex. For her, it's like anything that makes her look like not a professional woman. Anything where like some joke about like struggling to get food for her. I implied like she would only eat buttered noodles. And she's like, I'm a fucking businesswoman. I can't have people thinking that I only eat buttered noodles.
Yeah.
And I was like, fine, I'll lie.
Yeah.
No, she eats plenty of things. But
no, there is that thing. The disconnect for me as the comic is nobody thinks this is really true. Mm-hmm. No one really thinks it's true. And then she'll correct me and say, you're not in the audience when these jokes are going on and people are knocking me on the shoulder going, it really happened, right?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So
my mom was shocking. I say terrible things about my mom and she's fine with it. And then it was like a joke where she dated a guy in high school who became an agent in Hollywood. And the joke just said that she gave a hand job to him in high school or whatever. And she was like, I felt like you were calling me a slut. And I was blown up because I was like, hand job in high school.
Yeah.
That's a prude these days. But like, but it was really, really interesting. Because I'll say you're a bad mom. and she's like, that's fine.
It never really has to do with the joke. Mm-hmm. It has to do with where they're at the time and what your relationship with them is at the time.
Yeah.
There are times when I could say stuff about people in my act and it's totally fine. And if we are a little disconnected or feeling weird about ourselves or whatever, then it has a different filter.
Of course.
The one biggest complaint I ever got was from my father, who's like this pretty macho, like tough guy.
Yeah.
He's got like tattoos and he's like, and I made a joke about him about watching the Oscars, watching the carpet, the red carpet, and he was commenting on the women and like, oh, she put on some weight. And we're like, she doesn't look that great. And the joke was something about him sitting there with like salsa on his belly and just like on the couch watching it. And he got offended. He did not like that joke.
And that's so true, because my father, he would always comment sometimes on my weight when he was putting on some weight.
Right.
Like just a total projection. Whenever he was feeling like he was putting on weight, he'd start commenting on people's weight.
That's so funny. My dad does the same thing. He calls everybody chubby, and he's walking around with this big belly.
Yeah, yeah.
And he didn't like it. He was like, it really kind of.
What was your reaction? Were you like, "Fuck you"?
I was like, "Yeah, no, come on."
Yeah,
I'm more sensitive, like if my mom were to say something, but my dad, like,
Sure.
you don't like being called a little chubby with some salsa on your belly? It was like,
yeah,
man up.
Yeah, exactly.
Is your dad still around?
He's still around
Because you had that joke. You had that great joke about his will.
Yeah, he had a whole he had a quintuple bypass. It was like 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It was crazy because he's such a hypochondriac and sees doctors, so you never know when something's serious.
Right.
It's very frustrating.
Oh, really?
And it was like it was gonna get this surgery the next day. I was like, okay, I'll go. I told my girlfriend, like, don't come, and then I broke down crying 2 minutes later. I was like, please come.
Right.
She never met my father. And so we get to the hospital, and he's like, I need to. I mean, this is the real story. The real story, what happened is he was like, I need to update my will. He was there with his new girlfriend, who I never met, who was my age.
You never met her?
I never met her.
Why? Were you guys estranged? Were you?
I wouldn't call
in your
full
orbit?
estranged. Yeah, but he dates people, and I don't necessarily meet them because they come in and out, and they're broken up and together. And she was nice enough. It's no dig on her, but like comically large tits, like. It just in a way, just to meet
and she's
someone
your age,
and he, there wasn't time to get someone to what do you call it, for the will. So he hands the phone to my girlfriend, who's never met him. His ass is out. He's wearing the hospital robe, and says, "Can you record this?" And there's a video. It's on my phone of my father, me next to him, wearing a mask because it was like COVID-y times, and his girlfriend, and he's reading, going like, "I'm leaving a third to this woman," and I'm not. My life plan has never been like wait for my dad's. It's unreliable, clearly.
Yeah.
But that was my girlfriend's introduction to him, was her filming this updated will where he announced he was leaving a third to her.
Oh, could you see your reaction? Did you play it cool? Did you?
Well, thank God for those masks.
Right. Right.
I don't believe in COVID even. I was just like, I got to cover up my face.
That's so trippy. How long had he been with her?
Who
you don't even know.
Who knows?
Just this new, wow.
Yeah. So
they asked that when we were getting all of our stuff in order. You have to like do all your paperwork and stuff when you have a family. And that was brought up, and we had not even thought about that.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if one of us isn't around and they're dating some sketch person? How do we protect that the money will go to the kids and not to this sketch? But
it really, and I said it in the stand-up, and I meant it like truly, like, first of all, she wouldn't be considered a gold digger. She would be considered a bronze little collection. But I go, but especially as someone who's not like who's giving. Me and my sister, my dad's tough, and I'm like, take it.
Yeah.
Take it. This is a form of caretaking.
You're doing all the work.
You're doing all the work. You're no one else is sucking him off. I mean, go for it.
You're going down on a 71-year-old man.
Please, dear God. You could be making way more if you would diversify your client base. But sure, whatever it is, I really, I'm generally pro the concept of sex work. I think it happens, and whether it's labeled as such or labeled as.
That was such a funny turn, though, in that joke.
Yeah.
I really didn't see it coming, and that she's doing all of the work.
She's doing all the work.
Just give her whatever she wants.
Truly, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, you just kind of create your own rules.
When did your wife? What was her comedy like? Does she still do stand up?
No, she stopped when the first baby. Once we had the first baby, so she was making her way, but she just was like, I want to spend time with these children and do this right, and it just seemed so much better than being in a Days Inn outside of Hartford.
Yeah.
To do 2 shows.
Did she ever did she have a good tape of like her act? Did she
Yeah.
get like the chance to like put it down?
Yeah, and she did it all the way to like the 9th month when she was pregnant,
Yeah.
pre Ali Wong,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, she was good. She's on the wall at the cellar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like
well, she's beating me.
when you were in the thing.
My girlfriend, because going to the comedy community is kind of as she left this religious community. Like that was kind of where she landed, and did stand up for brief before we knew each other.
Yeah.
But she surprised me once. It was she's very funny, very talented. She surprised me at a show. It was my show, and I brought up a guest, and then the guest, instead of bringing me back on, brought her on. It was my birthday, and she did like a killer 5 minutes.
Really?
just I mean, incredibly well constructed, and just dark and fucked up and beautiful.
Nice.
But
that's great.
Did your wife? Did she miss it? Was she chill?
Yeah, and then she came back a little bit when we were we were back and forth in New York and LA all the time, and when there was a time in New York when she started poking back out into the clubs, she went back to the cellar and was doing some stuff.
Wow.
And and then just the momentum of 2 kids, and then we came back to LA. When we came back to LA, I had some TV thing, and when we came back to LA, she knew Gotham, she knew Esty, she knew like it was all kind of, she could have naturally done that, but in LA it was like she's not going to leave the kids and go to do some open mic. She doesn't know anybody in these clubs yet, and like that became kind of an obstacle.
Are you guys creatively, like, do you talk to her about bits? Does she say?
Yeah. No,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, no, she's good. I'll talk about it after I've put it up. I can't talk to her about it before I put it up because she's so critical that she kills a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but the audience is a lot easier than you. But then once it's on its feet, and she'll give me feedback that way.
Yeah.
Today's episode is sponsored by the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. I love talking about these folks because, as you know, I'm in love with a pug named Frank and a black lab named Bella. Mostly Frank, but I have to say Bella too because my wife really loves Bella. And if I don't mention Bella, she's always upset that I don't put Bella in social media. It's all Frank, and Frank's in my merch, and she thinks I don't like Bella. And I do like Bella, but Frank's just so much cooler. Did you see a pug won the ugliest dog contest? I don't. They say they might breed pugs with a snout now so they can breathe easier, but that's so weird. I couldn't imagine Frank having a nose. Yeah, cut that part out. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans that can fit your budget, your lifestyle, and even your pet's particular quirks. Because let's be honest, vet bills can add up fast. ASPCA Pet Health Insurance has been around for almost 30 years and has covered over 1 million pets. And when it's time to submit a claim, it's easy. Just use their app, receive reimbursements for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account, and you can get back to focusing on what really matters, which is your pet. It's really true. There's nothing worse when you're in trouble thinking about the money that's going to get you out of this problem and save your pet and make them happy again. You don't want to be thinking about that in those instances. You just want them to be better, and this is where it really a great partner. To explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/papa. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/papa. Again, ASPCAPetinsurance.com/PAPA. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independent American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance, but a good partner to help you with your pet. We'd like to thank the good people at Monarch for sponsoring today's program. Look, everybody has a financial part of their life, whether it's their business or their personal life, and Monarch is a great partner to have. It helps you plan things out. It helps you realize what you are actually doing in your financial portfolio. It helps you run your business, as we do here at Breaking Bread. We put Maya on it to start giving us actual reports of what's coming in and going out. It is a great partner. You are going to love Monarch. Most apps only tell you what you are spending, what you've already spent. Monarch helps you set goals, map out big purchases, and see if you're actually on track. You can ask Monarch's AI assistant anything about your finances. You could spot things you wouldn't think to look for with AI insights and get a heads up on what's happening with your money with the AI weekly recap. Write your own money story with Monarch. Use the code PAPA, P-A-P-A, at monarch.com to get your first year of Monarch Core half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with the code PAPA, P-A-P-A. It's nice to have a really good app that is easy to use and just takes a complicated part of your life and simplifies it. Go to monarch.com with the code PAPA, P-A-P-A. Did you grew up Jewish?
My mom, she grew up in Great Neck, so
Right.
like there's like definitely a Jewish energy to her, but her parents told her you could either have like bat mitzvah or sweet 16,
right?
And she had the wherewithal to wait. And so she said no to the bat mitzvah. So like everyone in her family, my uncles on that side, they're still very Jewish.
Right.
She just, I want to ask her why she really turned away from it. Because she'll say to me sometimes, she's like, I just don't like Jewish guys. It's weird because my dad loves Seinfeld. My mom like hates watching like just Jews complain.
Right.
And so like I grew up in Potomac, Maryland. So I grew up around a lot of Jews, but we didn't, I didn't have a bar mitzvah.
Right.
We did Passover, went to temple once a year. So she had like she wanted to do a little bit.
Right.
But then I think there's like a sense of, I think there's a negativity that she has, a complaining that she has. And I also think like, I look back and I'm like, oh, I see I got a lot of my comedy from her, even though I wouldn't consider her like a jokey person. But the cynicism, they kind of like everything's full of shit.
Right.
That's why she gave me the George Carlin album. And it was like a later Carlin album.
Yeah.
One of those like, here's a group of people that should be shot in the head with a nail gun.
When he got dark.
Yeah. And I'm 12.
Yeah.
I'm 12 and I got to put on this guy going, there's no God. There never was a God. There never will be a God. When you die, you're carbon, you're nothing. And it was traumatizing.
Yeah.
But informative.
Yeah. I know those were dark years of his. There was one special, I think it was the one with the tombstones around and I was like, I was with him, I followed him my whole life, and then it was like he didn't give any hope in that one.
Yeah.
And it's like you can take you can go be cynical as shit, but then at the end, just give me a little something to hang on.
Yeah.
Like it'll be okay. And he didn't. And I was like, oh man. No. It really wrecked me.
Was he your guy?
Yeah. Yeah. That was the first comedy album. That and Steve Martin were the first comedy albums I ever heard.
I got the album. We got a record player and I put on this Steve Martin one, and like this audience is like, it was a rock star.
Yeah.
It's crazy to hear that audience.
It's crazy. The Wild and Crazy Guy one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he was the first like arena guy.
Yeah.
That was insane. And just that little picture of him in the corner and just that big, oh my God. And your dad's Italian?
Dad's Italian. He definitely playing it up. Definitely like he only, because I think my great grandpa's name was Luigi Soresi. He was a boxing promoter, boxing manager, and he represented some very famous boxer And if you look it up, there's a picture of him and this boxer like at a pay per plate dinner with Mussolini. And a lot of shots, like clearly like they were in line to get the photo with Mussolini.
Amazing.
And so I know the Italian part's real.
Yeah.
But he acted like we were like I was 100% Italian.
Right.
And because of the divorce, he could get away with that.
Yeah.
But I think my great grandma was from Spain, so I've never done the test because I don't want to know how little Italian I am.
Yeah.
But there's something there.
How do you identify? Do you walk around thinking I'm Italian?
No, because I've had enough like Italians tell me you're not Italian. Like especially when they start performing in Italy, I get start comments on YouTube. It's like, you're not Italian. Stop talking about it. But I am a little. I am a little. There's something in there.
I grew up in New Jersey with Italians.
Sure.
And you don't present as Staten Island, New Jersey Italians.
No.
Like in my mind, it was, he's Italian, but Italy Italian.
Yeah.
Like this is like a European Italian. This is more sophisticated than, having the statue of David in his driveway. You know what I mean?
There's got to be something. It's this, honestly, it feels similar to the Jewishness where it's like I wasn't raised Jewish, but it's like I am more Jewish than Italian, but it's like I am, and there was an energy to my mom and the way that she raised me that when I'm around a lot of Jews, there seems to be a flow going on.
Yeah, I think, I catch that. For sure.
So yeah, enough Italian. I am enough Italian to like. Yeah, it's something.
It's such a great name.
I do like my name.
Yeah, it's And
Soresi, it was a pasta company, Soresi Pasta. And during COVID, someone named Niccolò Soresi reached out to me. He lives near Sicily. And he was like, I think I'm your cousin, thrice removed or whatever.
Yeah.
And my dad's obsessed with it, but he really only cares about the patriarchal line.
Right.
He really, it's as if it was an immaculate birth from his father's dick.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I saw a comment of yours talking about the Sabbath in Judaism, just having that time to see your friends.
Yes.
That time that you just literally create that thing, because as you get older, you don't get to see each other that often. Did you ever read that book, The Sabbath?
No.
It's exactly what you're saying. It's written by a rabbi, and it's a beautiful book. It's a short book, but it's really, you'd really like it. It's the creation of, that the Sabbath is the creation of peace and quiet, that then you can,
No one would like me reading that book more than my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But we were trying to it's again, dating a comedian is terrible, but we want to do Shabbat dinners on Fridays, the prime. I mean, I used to have more Orthodox Jewish fans, and so I started talking about some of my political beliefs. And I would get these comments all the time, like, "Oh, you're coming on a Friday? Can you come on a Wednesday?" And I'm like, "No, fuck, God, this."
Yeah. Elon Gold did it.
What?
Elon Gold.
What about Elon? Yeah.
Yeah, he would honor the Sabbath, and he wouldn't work on.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elon Gold, we have a lot of differences, but it really, I definitely feel as I get older, as someone who wasn't raised with any real religious stuff.
Yeah.
I go, oh, I wish people were more forgiving. I wish you could apologize, like in Catholicism, and I wish we took time away from our phones, like in Judaism. And you go, okay, I'm starting to see why people want these. I do intermittent fasting, and I'm like, yeah, some of that's like control over my life, the same way people fast in religious things.
That's right, fasting, yeah.
And it's probably easier than to fight your own self, like, oh, I'm hungry, as opposed to being like, God told me this. That's easier to resist.
Yeah.
But it's so my girlfriend's her sister is still Orthodox, and it's tough. It's tough when if she misses the flight on before sundown Friday, she misses the weekend because she can't fly later, and those are the moments that I go, just break it,
get on the plane,
just break it.
Yeah.
So, but as I've gotten older, I definitely there's moments where I'm like, oh, I see, I get it.
Yeah,
I get why people do this.
Oh yeah, it hits a lot of human nature for centuries, and there's a reason. Yeah. I went out with an Orthodox girl from Five Towns, and in college, and they were a great family. I really liked it. It was great, but the father was just like, "You won't be here long." And I totally respected it. I was like, yeah,
That's
I
so
get it.
funny.
Yeah, they're like, separating the dishes for the dishwasher and doing all this stuff, and I was just like, yeah.
Well, my girl, she always wants me to go with her to synagogue. And not always, but I go, I don't want to go to synagogue. She's like, please, it'll make me feel closer to you.
Oh.
And then we go to synagogue, and they separate us for 5 hours. And I'm like, I got to know your dad a lot better, I guess. I'm just waving at her through the wall. I'm like, God. And their side looks way more fun. Way more fun on that side. This side, they're reading the book seriously. They're gossiping over there. Looks like a blast.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
Are you married, or are you just
still dating?
all right?
You know,
Yeah.
it's a conversation.
All right.
I come from of such a bad marriage background that it's
Yeah.
I have so many cynical views around the whole thing.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's also feelings I've like explored, like, why the event doesn't excite me, partially because the family's so fucked up. When I see like a really beautiful wedding, it's like, oh, the great grandma's there. She's gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah.
And she got to see this. And I'm like, I don't know if I could invite my father to a wedding my mother's at.
Right.
You know, he's I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, just
And
a
then-
bad party.
Yeah. And then when you do shows, it's like I'm producing a show.
Right.
I'm producing a show. There's an invite list. I got to share the stage with her. And it's such a,
Yeah.
when you're a performer, so many of these things.
I know.
I
know.
It's like I remember going to like my little brother's graduation, and people, their graduation, it means so much, and it's like, yeah, that's the only time they're ever going to see their kid on a stage, when they're not in a casket. And it's a very important event. So if you don't pronounce their name right, you fucked it up.
Yep.
And you take for granted.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm on stage later tonight.
Right. I know. I just had back-to-back funerals over the last week.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Brutal.
Yeah, Saturday and a Monday or Tuesday. And the performer part, like, it doesn't leave you. Like, as soon as we get in the car, we're like, I would have cut that last speech. You didn't need 3 songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, let's go. You have these people, and it is such a moment for them. And we could probably go into a business consulting on how to do a good funeral or a graduation.
The idea of doing a eulogy where I was trying to be funny, it feels like a nightmare, because I'm like, I've been to plays where maybe there's an interactive component.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that like is happy to take it, and then the moment I feel that I didn't do a part well, I'm like, I'm no longer an audience member. Now I'm just thinking about myself. I can't stop wanting, like, and I fucked it up.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. I really, like, sometimes I'm like, I just have to be an audience member.
Yeah.
And so at a funeral, if I'm speaking, I haven't spoken at a funeral, but I'm like, all I'm going to be thinking about is myself suddenly, and that's such a terrible thing to do at the event.
know.
Have you spoke? I mean, I'm sure
I
people
did
ask.
one. I've done a lot of weddings. Which was great. I did Noam at the Cellar.
Oh, you did?
And I did Rachel. Rachel's.
That's nice.
Yep. And Lenny Marcus. I did Lenny Marcus's. And those are great. Those are really good. And I was really into it. They're exhausting. I did Collins. Was my last one.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. It was too much pressure.
Yeah.
All his like hardcore comedy legends in the audience.
Yeah, that's really tough.
I wrote that for like 8 months. I literally wrote and rewrote and got away with it. Like it went great. And I'm like, I'm never doing this again. I'm not doing it again.
I did it for my friend's wedding. It was my middle school friend, and this my girlfriend and I, we were early in our relationship. It was in Hawaii, and she's my editor. You know, we talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
But it was before not that I'm perfect now, but like I just couldn't stop being like, we got to work on this. We're on a beach, in Hawaii, and I'm like, I got note cards, and she always comments. What's so funny is my friend. He's from middle school. And he had like one of his college buddies speak before me.
Yeah.
They asked me do 30 minutes of stand-up for the dinner before.
Right.
But first they do these speeches. And his friend, he was so funny. He was his college buddy. He killed. And in any other circumstance, he would have been the star of the evening. People would have said to him, you should do stand-up comedy. Unfortunately, he was followed by someone who had been practicing all day on the beach, has been doing this for 8 years.
Yeah.
And I destroyed, of course.
Yeah.
And Tova was saying, like, man, this guy would have had one of those incredible nights of his life. And I fucking ended it. I ended it. He didn't have tags to his jokes.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I worked so hard. It was because you feel this pressure. You're like, this is their wedding.
Yeah.
I gotta do it well.
What's that? What's the sketch? Tim Robbins.
Which one?
The one when it's I think it's a funeral and the guy gets laughs. Right. And he can't take it and he keeps coming up to him going, those are easy laughs. Like, we know, right? He's just like, we know. And he just can't let the guy be at peace with having killed. He has to take him down a couple rungs by just, graded on a curve.
I always know from like yoga classes, like the yogi gets away with murder. Right. And I'm like, you guys, their speeches are getting longer and longer. Let's get to the class.
The one funeral I did, the only funeral I did, I don't know why they even asked me. I think everyone was just really distraught. It was my grandmother's.
Yeah.
And she was 93 or whatever. And we have a big Italian family in New Jersey. And I'm one of 21 cousins. And they asked me to go up and speak. I was in college or just after college. I think it was just after college. I don't even know if I'd started stand-up. Maybe I had. Anyway, it shouldn't have been in my hands. Mm-hmm. And I gave a nice speech. It haunts me to this day. I've never talked about this, but it was great. I was funny. I'm her favorite out of all the kids. I did that kind of a thing, and it was thoughtful, and it was funny. And then at the end, I went into a college-age kid's diatribe about the meaning of life.
Webster's dictionary defines life.
That's why it's important that we all have these moments and we really learn what's important in our life and start losing my way and just keep saying more.
Was it written or were you off the cuff?
I went off cuff.
Oh, no.
I was written. I was killing. No. And then I just started telling these grown-ups what's important in life.
They're giving you
at the church on the thing. And I still to this day cringe, like, why'd you have to blow it at the end? God. Tell them how to live life. You don't even know what life is.
I sat because I went to college for musical theater. For my grandma's funeral, I sang.
You sang, and you just told me you
like a musical theater song. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't sing.
You just told me you couldn't sing.
I couldn't sing. I reminded them all that our grandma was in a better place.
What did you sing?
I did The Cuddles Mary Gave. It's from a beautiful musical called Man of No Importance. But it doesn't make sense. Like, again, because I know the story. Right. The story is an older man singing about his wife who's died.
Right.
But it's my grandma. So I'm like talking about how much I miss.
But they're coming to us because no one else wants to go up there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's some singing. It feels personal.
Do something. And I'm sure it was nice.
And again, it's good. It's good. If it helps, that's great. But all I could think about at my grandma's funeral was I flat?
Right. It's so upsetting.
Yeah.
Dan Docimo.
Mm-hmm.
You know him, right?
I'm know them somewhat. I recently recommended them for a thing.
Good. Yeah. I adore them also. And on Come to Papa, and I just kept telling Liz,
yeah,
he's great. I know they're great.
Yeah.
And I think they go up this Friday or next Friday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. It was crazy because I did just a random show in Chicago pop up and they put Dan on, and I heard it was one of those. I wasn't paying attention. It's not to be rude, but just a local, and I'm working on a set. And,
Yeah.
But I heard some, and I was like, "Damn!" And then suddenly
jokes.
they were with Anna Weinstein, my Jehovah, my partner's friend, who's a manager as well. And I was like, "Oh my God, you're working with this random person I saw in Chicago."
Yeah.
And they're blowing up, but I was like, I have a good record of I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, that I've suggested 3 people for the solo and they've all passed.
I actually, when I heard Dan told me that you had given their name also,
Yeah.
I was relieved because I don't have a good record. I put up a couple people and didn't get through, and I Esty, like, she's my family.
Of
like
course,
we've been,
of course.
From '98.
Yeah.
And but I've whiffed twice, and she was like, I don't see it. So, and I was like, oh no, Dan's in trouble. But then I heard that you had recommended them, and I was really relieved.
Yeah. Someone told me recently, they were like, you don't know what people say about you, but they heard someone say that, like, I don't wreck people often. And I was like, good.
Right.
Good. I'd rather have that be the thing.
Yeah.
It's complicated. But yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah, completely. I baked this bread for you, and also those cookies. This is a new release.
You bake the cookies too?
My wife baked the cookies.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah. And you can eat it now if you want.
Thank you.
And but I baked the bread.
Amazing.
Yeah. What I'm realizing is, and this is why my wife and I talked about it, and we started saying, like, my wife should do cookies, is bread's solid, but cookies are fun. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Sure, who doesn't like bread? Bread and butter, bread and cheese. Yeah. Cookies.
I just got back from France, and I got some good bread.
Really?
My God.
What were you doing over there?
It was vacation, finally.
Oh,
Flew
nice.
straight from JFL, flew to Paris.
Oh, your JFL. Let's talk your JFL.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Was that the first time you did it?
Yeah, and I'm sure the last, because it was so.
Oh,
it was
really?
like, it was just.
Too
I'm
much
so
work.
proud of what we did.
Yeah.
Jay Jordan, good friend of mine, and they booked us for a reason, because they knew I set up a room.
Yeah.
We set up a room. It was Mike Lawrence,
Yeah.
Ariel Elias, Skylar Higley. Oh God, I don't want to forget any names. Robbie. Fuck. I'll remember it.
Yeah.
But we did. I set up shows. I ran it for people who didn't understand half the jokes, because it's so niche.
Right.
But I was like, we gotta say it out loud.
Oh, you were saying those people helped you with it?
We did a writer's room.
Oh, you did a writer's room.
We did multiple sessions.
Oh, that's great.
We had a Google Doc. Like, I treated it like I was doing.
Yeah.
I always think
Pressure.
about there was a documentary. Robbie Slowick, and then Tova helped too on, like, the industry side, because she's
nice.
so. I mean, she's brilliant. And then
Yeah.
Victoria Murphy. I want to get Olivia Kelleher. And
How long did you work on it?
because I just filmed the special, so I was like, I'm not touching until the special is filmed.
Right.
And then we did like 2 weeks, and that's all I did.
Oh, that's great.
We had to write the jokes. And we had to navigate, like, what is mean but good spirited? Who are the people? And we also were like, we don't want it to just be a make fun of Joe Rogan thing. Like,
Right.
we want to really go all sides.
Spread it out.
Everyone's
Yeah.
full of shit.
Yeah.
And split it up. Like, oh, I can't talk about this platform, so you talk about them. Vice
Right.
versa. Whatever projects we have going on.
Right.
And it felt great. It felt great. And
It
it's
was so
cool.
good.
It's so cool. It was one of the first things that I could say to my comedian friends, you want to see this.
Right.
I would never say to them, like, you should watch my special.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen it when it was, but I'm like, you want to watch this.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
say something, you're going to be happy that's was said.
I've only seen what I've seen on social media.
Yeah.
And but those jokes were all so good.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a cool experience. God, sorry, he passed away, Larry Sanders Show, Gary Shandling.
Yeah.
I watched that documentary, and they were like, he treated hosting the Oscars like he was filming a special.
Right.
And that's just the mentality that I'm
Yeah.
like, that's, if you want it to be good, whether it's the 8 months for Colin Quinn's wedding.
Right, exactly.
Or this, it's like, you got to take
There's
it.
no way around it. You can't just
Can I
wing
eat
it.
this bread? I want to eat it too.
If you want to.
Sure.
I'll cut it. We don't have a good knife.
You don't have a good knife on the Breaking Bread show.
I gave it
Dear
away.
God.
Who'd I give it to?
Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson took my knife. Yeah.
Is that on the table? Can I take anything?
What's that?
You're like, you take the bread or any?
It's kind of the way we roll. Yeah, it's so much
Thank you.
pressure. I'll give you the next piece.
I love crust.
Okay. Did you get anybody come at you guys after it?
No, I got like, there was a couple people that like wrote me nice things, even though I, made jokes about them. And then,
Oh, that's good.
and then I saw one comic like, 2 days ago at Baggage Claim at LAX that I said jokes that were not kind. They were mean. There was
really?
there was no warmth.
I don't know if I saw that joke.
At least there's also like, when I look back on old generations, I'm like, people talk shit in a way that it's a filter on the art. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you're bad at something, you're embarrassed you stop because you're like, well, no one respects me in this thing, or you fight to be respected. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do you mean
when I performed at LOL Comedy Club, there were some people that were mean there. There was a guy, if I was bombing, he'd a little bit jovial, but real, but just boo. Here's black guys, they say boo, N-word, boo, from the back of the room. And that, I could have either quit,
Yeah.
or it motivated me to be like, I'm going to fucking crush next time.
Yeah.
And we've like, I think as we all have podcasts where we all want to do each other's podcasts and we're all kind of gatekeepers in our own respect, we start treating each other like gatekeepers, and then we're not honest. And then you one day you look around and you go, why does half the art suck? Why does half the stand-up fucking suck? And it's because we don't have an honest system with each other. And so like, I don't want to like self-aggrandize one thing at JFL, but I'm like, it's a comedian named Benny Feldman described it as a bloodletting. And I was like, I like that. There's a degree of like, if you're going to put up something bad, you get ready to get called out on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe then you won't put up a special that sucks. Maybe. I feel like you guys...
That's interesting.
I always hear that Patrice O'Neal story, which Kevin Hart was performing, and he threw a phone book on the stage and said, find one person in there who thinks you're funny. Without that, there's no way Kevin Hart would have... I'm not saying that one thing, but just that culture.
Yeah.
And it's hard because it's like, it was a boys' club. You look back on old comedy, you're like, yeah, it was a boys' club, and there were certain aspects that are not healthy.
Right.
But you need meanness
in
art. That's part of good art.
Yeah. It's I mean, the one thing, you spread it to everybody. Mm-hmm. It was everybody across, so everybody gets it. I mean, when Kindler would do it, it was similar. And the thing that would be different is that Kindler would keep it going throughout the year on social media. You know what I mean? And keep going that way. It is interesting that we have become the gatekeepers. That is interesting. Because, there's the other part of it is, I mean, in that forum, that's a roast, basically.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to take it out. But yeah, I guess the part that makes me uncomfortable, because I don't know if I could do it, I don't know, is no, I'm doing this because I know that this thing sucks. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can make jokes about somebody at a roast because, whatever. But to be truly honest with myself, of being like, no, that is the biggest piece of shit special of recent times. There's a part of me that would be like, I can't, because it's so bad I can't.
Yeah. I think that's the degree where it's like, that's why like doing it again, it's like right on the cusp of, if you're too established or whatever, it can just feel like you're being so cruel. Mm-hmm. Andy Kindler had a sense of, you were like, if Andy Kindler had 3 HBO specials in a row or whatever,
right,
and then was also like being like, you suck, it'd be like, shut up. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And he was always fighting the injustice of comedy.
Yeah, he had always just lost a special.
Right.
He was always going through something.
Yeah.
I know that's what made it work.
Yeah. You don't seem to, I mean, before JFL, I was talking to somebody I was actually in Montreal, and
Oh.
and my friend was talking about you, and he was saying that you're fearless and that you don't mind stirring shit up, just in
You know,
your.
you don't want to get so. Sometimes comics get so proud of themselves.
No,
No,
but
I think it
but
just.
that's the thing. I mean, Mary Beth Barone has a new special out, and she's fearless in a great way. It's like refreshing. It's like when you see someone who's just, yeah, someone's gonna say, Chris D'Elia may call me out on this, but I'm
Sure.
gonna mention him in my special and do this joke because it's on my mind and I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There's a beauty in that.
Yeah, it's always tough. It's like it, Tova, my partner, at some point she said to me, because there were so many political things I was feeling, you know, like people were having Trump on their show and I was like calling it out or whatever. And I also had like, I was making jokes about comedians I thought that were like bad. And she said to me, she's like, look, you can go after comedians for their political views, or you go after comedians for like if they're bad. If you go after both, please don't act surprised when you don't have a lot of comedian friends. Because what would happen is I would talk all this shit, and then we'd go somewhere and be like, no one wants to hang out with me. And she's like, yeah, because you just called them all out. And so she
Yeah.
was just trying to be like, at least like know what you're doing.
Right.
And there were so many like
That's good
political
advice.
things that I felt like I just wanted, I was so bothered by.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'll lean towards that.
Right. Rather
And-
than the other.
And there's also a thing, I'm sure you know, where there's people you might not respect as artists, but you might respect them as business people, or who have made a life, or just made a body of work, or you see their fans and what they do for them is admirable, even if you're like talking strictly as a comic. You're like, this is pretty hacky.
Yeah.
And it changes the way you view. I think I still don't, you know, between me and my closest friends, I go, Jesus Christ, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But you change. It's not as like idealistic or pure
Yeah.
as it once was for me.
There is a funny arc to it.
Yeah.
There is a funny arc to it. You know, like when you see like old Bill Hicks and he's like railing against shit art. That would have changed over time. You know what I mean? When you're making your way and you're just, no, you're being held to a standard by yourself and the peers that you respect and the people that came before you, and then you see people slide through with dog shit, and you
Yeah.
want to talk about it. You just want to, but there's a natural arc to it. Then you become successful, and you get blinders on of what you're doing, and you're just going to do you, and
Yeah.
and that's it. And it's almost like I don't give a shit what those people are doing,
Of course.
as much as when I was younger.
Do you have friends that like you respected their artistry and you witnessed them just start making shit? And like has it been challenging with friends? Like, it's tough for me to have a really good friend that I don't respect their work in some way.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened because of that. Because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
whiff
yeah.
it early, and your friends are the ones that are going to make it, regardless of success.
Yeah.
That it's more like that. It's a tricky thing. It's very tricky because it's like if you're ever in a club and you watch somebody on stage and you're like, they're killing and it's horrible, you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah,
Because you're
yeah.
like, how far away from that am I?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what pollutes it all. It's because someone could be up there doing this broy comedy that's just so the opposite of everything that you love about it. And it's hard to not be offended by it because they're on your stage. It's the same, but they are so far from what you do and who you are that they really are in another galaxy. But it's so close, but they are using the same space. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And the people you're killing for, it's like, well, don't take their laughs too seriously. They laughed at that dog shit right before this.
Yeah.
It's not. This bread is delicious, by the way.
Oh, good. Oh man, what was the line? Stephen Rogers I was on the road with Stephen Rogers, and he had this Rick and Morty line, and oh shit, what was the line?
Your booze mean nothing to me.
Yes.
That's
Oh.
what makes you cheer.
Your booze mean nothing to me because I've seen what makes you cheer.
Yeah, it's one of the best. One of the best.
Oh my god.
Should have been Shakespeare.
Oh my god. I mean, I respected Rick and Morty already, but holy shit, that line's good.
It's amazing.
It's right.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's what I was saying about the Tony Hinchcliffe at the Trump rally. I'm like, you bombed at that too.
Right.
Like, that's the crazy part. These are your people.
Right. Oh, what they call the Louis C.K. story? Come rags to riches story. So good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's applauded, and it's like, you know, Kindler. There were years when Kindler was so spot on, and you could feel the impact of it. You know, everybody was like, "Holy shit!" And this had one of those moments. It was like, we haven't heard that kind of honesty and great jokes. You know,
I really appreciate it.
yeah, it was really well done. I want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube. We took maybe like 3 jokes out.
Oh yeah, why?
It was honestly, I regret it. The one that I regret taking out was Chloe Fineman, who just left SNL. Mm-hmm. And it was Chloe Fineman just left SNL. She could do every impression except for leave one. And like part of it was like, well, she just left SNL and it feels mean.
Yeah.
And then you're like, ah, fuck it, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's funny to think that you would have any filter of that.
Yeah, it was just like there was like, honestly, there was just moments where you're like, okay, is the joke, like there was a joke where it's like, I think we're implying that they should kill themselves. Maybe don't do that one.
Right.
Like it was just, you know, you had to be like disciplined in that.
In your own taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like how cruel you're being, because I think I've also hit the point where like people have criticized me online or comedians talk shit about me. And like, you know, I remember the feeling.
What do they say about you?
It depends. On the internet, some people will go, just crowd work person. Some people go after like, oh, he's just gay baiting, or he's like putting on like this thing. Like it's kind of you're pretending, you're faking like who you are to get some kind of fan base.
Right.
There was one comedian who implied on a podcast I was like ripping off John Mulaney. and that was like a thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it hurt my feelings a lot.
It did?
Yeah, and it was just a reminder where you're like, okay, you play the game,
right?
You're gonna talk shit,
right?
You know, again, it's like my girlfriend being the one being like, you know, being like, okay, just so you know, when you talk shit about other people, this is what they're feeling.
Right.
Doesn't mean you don't have to do it, but just now that you're feeling, at least like, can we put the 2 pieces together?
Yeah.
And I go, I was just looking for sympathy right now, not a fucking lesson. Can you just tell me I'm not like John Mulaney, please?
That I'm not trying to be John Mulaney.
Did you ever have any, old beefs? Old, like...
Not really. I had, I got along with most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a couple people that were assholes to me when I was starting out. You know, the actor thing was a thing because I was acting, and that thing that you were describing on TikTok of using TikTok during that time and you're performing your jokes. I remember when I first showed up and I would be killing. I was brand new and I would be killing at the comic strip, and people would try and knock me down like, oh, he's not a real comic. He's an actor playing a comedian.
New York Comedy Club a long time ago, but they didn't pass me. And the booker told me that they thought I was 2 one-man show.
Right.
And it was so frustrating. Because especially I was like, I could play a different character. I'll do the not move character.
Yeah, I'll lean against the wall guy.
Yeah, no.
Because then I was like, oh shit, maybe it's not cool to kill. Maybe it's not cool to kill. Like maybe these guys are getting mad at me because maybe you're not supposed to kill. And then I started acting like them and being like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
You're like, I've smoked a cigarette in Equus. I can do that.
that literally was what it was like.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to be like, and I started even like cursing more and being like, I'd be like going like darker. And even the audience who didn't know me at all was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This isn't, I don't know who you are, but this isn't it. And then when I kind of put blinders on and it was like, no, I should be trying to kill, right? Isn't that what I'm supposed to be
Especially
doing?
once you, it was, for me, it was like when I did my JFL New Faces, which for me was like the best set I've ever had in the circumstance where it mattered the most.
Yeah.
And it was like, I had this big fucking stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, well, I know how to fucking move around it.
Right.
You know, I've done things other than an apple box in a bar. And so I just like used the space.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when it was that moment where I was like, yeah, it's called a one-man show because you want to see a fucking show.
Yeah.
And that's what is stand-up comedy but a one-man show.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing about I can tell you're, wrestling or fending off the criticism of crowd work comic or real comic, right?
Yeah.
It's all the same shit. But I watched your Comedy Works hour,
Oh, thank you.
and I didn't say if I liked it.
Even if you watched it, that's enough. A view is a view in the algorithm.
It was really good. It's
Thank
really
you.
good. And that's the thing. It's like you are a really good joke writer and you're really good at crowd work. And it's like you should use every weapon that you have.
I think it's just like I think crowd work is like a cool, because I love improv. I love all art forms, and like crowd work is like, for me, I go, what are questions that to me are connected to the thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I think of it the same with podcasts.
Right.
I'm a maximalist when it comes to like creativity. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is just a different way for me to express my inner life and improvise with someone else.
Right. Yeah.
And I think a lot of
It's
crowd
all
work,
expression.
like long crowd work hours, what they sometimes do is it's an hour crowd work show.
Right.
And I think the problem with that is it changes the audience's chemistry. They come to perform.
Right.
And so for this one, we were doing 10 shows at Comedy Works. And I was like, we'll do the best of 10.
Yeah.
We'll do and I'm not going to present as a crowd work thing. I'm going to do a lot of material.
Right.
And let the moments, as opposed to, I got to do an hour's worth of crowd work. So.
And you delineate it by the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really smart.
And that club is just,
Oh, it's so nice. Yeah.
God, it's
I
kill
know.
box.
I haven't been in that club in a long time. And I was like, oh, man, just seeing that stage.
It's amazing.
I was like, I wonder if he stayed in the condo.
I stayed in the
Did
condo.
you stay in the downstairs one or the upstairs one?
I think the upstairs one where the walls for the rooms do not hit the ceiling.
Right.
So, but it's still a nice condo comparatively.
Yeah.
I didn't. There was a whole segment of my stand-up life that I missed because of COVID, where I was not like a feature or
Right.
where I didn't like. I headlined one loony bin
Right.
in Oklahoma City, and I don't. It's not that I wish I could do that. It's every comic who came up during COVID, there was a chapter of our lives that was excised because of COVID.
Right.
And there's a chunk in there where I did the Comedy Cabana twice, but I should have had to do it 5 times.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have to? Do you have to?
When I go to
You
those
know what
condos,
I mean?
I'm in that room and I go, some of my favorite comedians have jerked off in this room.
I know, and those old towels.
In the green room, it's just like one. But
Yeah, I know. There is a certain point where it's like, do you have to suffer? How much suffering do you need?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you think of that, there's that Bernie Mac line, is like, people get to stop being as funny when they stop riding the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I do think I have enough self-made miseries in my head to like, sustain enough comedy. But
Right. Are you standing for a reason?
Yeah, we gotta go. It's time. Well, not us. Gianmarco.
Where are you going after this?
I got one more taping, one more
Nice.
podcast. I'm sorry.
It's all right. That's all right.
And then I got
that was healthy.
I got a show. I'm working on a new show. It's called Theater Adult. It's like it's more like it's crowd work that's like about being a theater kid.
Oh,
Very
really?
specifically in a way that it's like I wanted to have a place to put some of these jokes.
Right.
You know, Fred Armisen did like a stand-up special for drummers
Yeah.
exclusively. So this is like I'm crafting this, and
Oh, that's
and I do
great.
crowd work with former theater kids, and let's say they quit in high school. I go, what was that last role you played? We have a pianist, and I bring them on stage.
Oh, that's great.
And so I'm like crafting what I'm hoping to be like an off-Broadway.
Oh, that'll be fantastic.
show.
My
Yeah.
wife is teaching theater
Oh my God.
in this school, and she is responsible for bringing musical theater to this program. Like they've done plays and stuff, but there was
Yeah.
and they did musical theater. They did High School Musical, the musical.
Oh my God,
was
really?
their first one. And watching all these kids, the idea that these kids had no musical theater outlet for them.
Yeah.
That they were just walking around all day. They
Yeah.
were all theater kids, you know, the odd one,
Yeah.
the great one, all that stuff. And that they had no outlet. They were just beaming that they could do.
I did
Oh.
a show last night, and there was a kid from adult from Beijing, and he said like, you know, they didn't have a theater program in Beijing, but they had like a drama club, and he talked about how they like sort of put on Les Mis together. And it was funny because later I was talking, I
Sort
asked
of.
people like, what's a show you did that was like offensive? You shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
And he said, we did Les Mis with no white French people. And you're like, that's incredible.
It's so
I'm
great.
like, in America, you can't do Les Mis with at least 2 Chinese people. Or you're in big trouble. It's just wild. But it was that same
Yeah.
thing where like he had no outlet, and it's like,
Yeah.
you need that space
They
for
need
these
that
kind of kids.
space. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful. Well, this was fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the bread. Thank you for the cookies.
Come back anytime. We'd love to have you back.
I really appreciate
and I hope I see you more like in New York and stuff. That'd be great.
Thank you.
All
Me
right.
too.
We got it, kids.